Morning, folks. This morning's soap comes from RazoRock. This particular container has about it did have 5 ounces of soap in it, and that's the shape of the container there. There's the bottom. It's kind of just a flat one, and that's what it looks like on the inside. It's pretty soft, it's firm, but you can still push your finger in it pretty easy. Dogs are up. The excuse me, shaver of the day is a standard razor. It's all aluminum. This got a med prep blade that's on its second use. And I got the usual suspects here. Allen block complete with rubber band. It's getting quite a bit smaller. There's witch hazel with aloe. Following up with the matching aftershave, which you'll need to shake up before you use it. And the pre-shave I'm using today is from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. It's called Ice. It's in a tube that you can screw up, and it's mentholated. So I'm going to go ahead, and I've already put a hot towel to the face. Now typically before I started using the pre-shave, I would bloom my soap and use it as a pre-shave. I just take the water from there. That's just a byproduct of blooming soap. Reason for blooming soap is to bring out the essential oils or the scent, bring it up to the top there where one can smell it. Good luck if you can see it. I am still unsure how much the pre-shave helps versus me just using my bloom water like I used to. But I thought I'd give this a try. Since this is mentholated, I do like that part of it. Seems like it doesn't really matter what time of the year. I do enjoy the menthol, the cooling effect, mint, peppermint, spearmint, all that sort of thing, eucalyptus. I enjoy all that. It's not so strong if you haven't tried it. This one here, in my opinion, is not so strong that you're going to, in other words, have your eyes water or anything like that. At least for me, that's not the case. I think in some cases, there's been a time or two, probably twice I can think of, that I kind of felt like it may have helped with the lather. I think I can think of twice that, I really thought there for a moment that that was the reason why the lather was coming back so good on the second or third pass, was because of the pre-shave. But this is my experience, so I understand if nobody uses it. Some folks don't ever use the pre-shave. I definitely can understand. I have it whipped up here in the scuttle, and I have been still trying to, I guess you might say with different soaps, tweak to see what's the correct amount of water in the soap for me. And this, I got a little on the wet side, so it's going to be kind of drippy. If you can see this, this is a RazoRock brush. It's referred to as a BC, as in black and clear. And there's a number of reasons why I like this particular brush handles, because the bottom part is clear, and it reminds me back when I was a kid, when you'd use something like this as a like a magnifying glass. If you're looking for fine print on a piece of paper or something. And I did get this, like I said, a little bit on the wet side. It is drippy drippy. It's a good thing that one landed in the sink. When I'm shaving with a straight razor or a shavette, I do prefer it on the wet side. Next week I'll be shaving with a gem. Day Sunday, by the way. There we go. Shaving with a gem micromatic open comb. Kind of go along with the theme of the Starling single edge. with I guess you might say that fresh in my memory how the shaves went with the Starling. Now I'm going to compare to the Micromatic open comb and see what kind of differences that can correlate there between the two. Haven't decided if I'm going to go through it on Wednesday, then switch to a 1912, a Gem 1912. I haven't quite decided just yet. I have the Gem Flying Wing bullet tip. Yeah, now that one there I have ingrained well in my head, and it is a very smooth shaver, in my opinion. Keep the top part flat up against the face. In other words, your angle's preset. Use that as your guide. To me, I get really nice shaves with that shaver. Really nice. This month is getting down towards the end of January. We got highs near 60. Not normal. So it is definitely messing with my allergies. Because you would think with this kind of weather that we would have a bit more rain around here. It's been very dry. Water's draining out my sink. It's very dry here. I don't think we've got at least the past 2 months half as much rain as we normally get, and it's been quite windy. So it's been dry, windy, red flag alerts. In other words, I guess you might say no burning outside, because with the wind and as dry as it is, it'll get out of control. So I don't I mean, I appreciate the the warm weather when it's supposed to be really cold, but on the other hand, I get kind of concerned about the lack of moisture. We've been running short on moisture for quite a while. That sort of thing, when it's this dry, when it gets windy, it blows up a lot of stuff and really messes with my sinuses. See, to me, I still feel quite a bit of the it seems like, to me at least, I feel the menthol on my face, so the pre-shave is still hanging around. Well, this is pretty wet. This shaver standard razor has got a little bit different design. Now, I've heard tell of some folks modifying their shaver, but this post, typically the post, they had a 3-piece design. The post is coming out of the cap. In this case, the post is coming out of the handle. It hasn't caused me any problems, works just fine for me. But if you're one that likes to switch up the handles with the rest of your shaver, it could be a problem. I've heard tell that some folks have modified their shaver where the post ends up in a cap and not in the handle. Then I've heard some that it's happened to, not by design. That was a while back. For me, I kind of wonder if that's not more along the lines of over tightening. You just need to have it snug, you don't need to have it tight. At least that's what works best for me. like this is a fairly efficient razor. It's not a, wouldn't say it's aggressive. Works well for me. I really like it. It's lightweight. The handle may appear slick. I'm sure that if you got some soap on your hand and didn't get it cleaned off, you know, it might get a little slick. But for the most part, for me, I don't really notice it. I do kind of practice using two hands, one hand for one thing and one hand for the other. So that could help out a lot. But even though it does look slick, it doesn't, you know, it is smooth, but I guess you might say it has a slight tacky feel to it. At least mine does. It's not as smooth feeling as it appears. I've seen some postings over time of Mass Drop, I guess you might say, having a sale on these razors. Excuse me. When I got mine was, I guess, considering, I don't know that $50 was such a bad price for it. And I did get it new. I didn't get the stand for it at the time. I think I have I have a razor and brush stand, and I think I have only, I have to think about it, I think I've only got one shaver that I went ahead and bought the stand for, and it was probably more because of the line, excuse me, the idea that a stand served more than one purpose than just to put the razor in there. I bumped my stand a while ago. I can't. Looks like the frame is a little off. Might be a little bit crooked today. It is Sunday. I don't know, maybe one of these days I might go ahead and spring for the stand, but I guess you might say usually I don't have much of a need for the stand with the brush and stand that I've already got. The holder for the brush is, it doesn't hold all the brushes, of course, because the handles come in such varied sizes, but it does alright with most of them. Shave's feeling pretty good. Med prep with this one here, there was I wouldn't say it wasn't rough. It was fairly smooth, not the smoothest, but we're also talking about a blade that's designed for perhaps a different purpose. I guess you might say a one and done type thing. Can't imagine them using a blade more than once in a medical field on more than one person. You know, that cross-contamination type thing going on. Can't imagine that happening. That would not be a good thing. It's for the price though, I would spring for what usually is referred to as the Lab Blues. Don't remember getting anything off in the way of an angle or anything, but there's some stinging right there. Enough that it indicates that I did something wrong. Didn't notice it during the shave. Overall, I mean, the shave was really smooth, easy going. For me, the angle on, to find the angle on this shaver, it's, I guess you might say there's nothing to it. It just seems kind of natural along with a number of other shavers where You can find that angle pretty easy. I don't know what I did there, but it sure is, it's stinging. Got Thayer's Witch Hazel with aloe. It's working its way down. This bottle here is 12 ounces. I don't know if they come in smaller ones or not. For me, finding them in the store around here is not an easy task in my neck of the woods. It's kind of like a Cremo, the sandalwood in the round tub, something we're used to seeing. Yeah, I have yet to find it at Target around here. It's yet to show up. I don't know if it's maybe just because the area that I live in. It sure would be nice if it would show up, because I'd be willing to try it. I'm not sure about the, I guess you get mixed results on how it lathers. Which for me, I'm looking for something, it can be thin, as long as it's slick, and Cremo is Cremo Cream. I've got some of the, like the peppermint, it's got that cooling effect, and then the regular one. Hey, it's some pretty slick stuff. So if you're looking for a pre-shave, and in other words, that would be a good pre-shave. Matter of fact, when I first started, I was using it for my primary shave cream, and then eventually I just started using it for my pre-shave, because that stuff's pretty darn slick. And it doesn't really seem to interfere that much with the lather, in my opinion. I don't know. I almost smell citrus in there, but I'm not sure. I'll have to post the, if I can find the scent description. It's been a while since I used it. In other words, I don't know if it's still available on Italian Barber or not. It's a nice scent though. Gotta have some more. Seems to have maybe perhaps some glycerin in there. Not sure. Something that's moisturizing the face, that's for sure. Okay, go ahead and take this razor apart so I can show you what I've been talking about. Because I'm thinking, and I could be wrong, because I haven't looked that far into it for sure, but I don't know if the post size is the same size that we're normally used to seeing, but that's what the post looks like. And hopefully you can kind of see how it's put in there. Like I said, I haven't had a lick of trouble out of mine. Now, from what I understand, the post and the material, that the aluminum here, that's two different materials. But like I said, I haven't had any trouble out of it. Second use on the med prep. That's what one looks like if you hadn't seen one before. This is the only blade I have like this. I just thought I'd buy one and give it a try, see what it's like. It like I say, for the price though, I would I would opt for the Lab Blues. I don't know that there's that much more value spending more money on the med preps versus the Lab Blues. That's what the base plate looks like. It's really easy to keep clean. And here's the cap, so you can see what that, it does have that, where the post is usually at, that's where it screws in at. Like I said, I haven't had any trouble out of this shaver. I really like it. It's lightweight, easy to use. It's not so mild that you don't get a close enough shave, and not so aggressive that you can't use it every day. It's a pretty good shaver. And I think it comes in matte black. It's been a while since I looked at it, because I got this one, and yeah, I'm happy with that one. I'm not looking for another standard razor to replace that one. I'm quite happy with it. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe, and smooth shaves to you.